Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, or good day, wherever you are. This is the Bobbi, Joe, and Sheena show. So today we're going to be doing conversations about mindfulness is what we do overall. And Sheena, are we taking it part 2 today in the disciplines?
Part two. So we spoke about it. If you haven't heard, it was actually 2 days ago. Go and check it out. And it's the disciplines of the mind. And where this actually comes from is the Bible. There you go. I'm not being religious at all, but to really look at the 12 disciples. And whenever you study with Neville Goddard, it's the 12 disciplines of the mind. And to be honest, Bobbi Joe, they're really, really helping, thinking into results. It's all along the same lines, etc. But I can almost hear each line. I've narrowed them all down to like one sentence for each thing. So what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago, we talked about the first one, 1 to 5, and it was, I only hear what is in alignment with what I want. The next one was all about courage and faith, because if you want faith, you're going to need some blooming courage. And isn't this right, Bobbi Joe, with faith? It's not the faith born of blind faith. It's the faith born of knowledge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the knowingness.
Yeah, and it makes a hell of a difference, because when blind faith, the first obstacle comes along, that's it. You're back into worry, doubt, and fear really quickly. The third one, which is actually two of them together, all is love and all is God. So when we say God, about spirit, energy, universal source. So just really, making sure that you understand that whatever it is, that this life, whatever life is, because it's making this body move and it's making this body breathe. It's certainly not me. And that's what everything is, even the phone, even the computer that you might be watching this on. The next one, which would have been the fifth one, is what is in my consciousness will be expressed.
I like that.
What you've got to say, maybe in summary of those ones, Bobbi Joe?
No.
And we've got
What?
Yes, we've got somebody saying it's a good live so far. It's a good live so far. Bobbi Joe has been speaking and is speaking again tomorrow. My goodness, she has got so many things going on. So the next one, what I love, number 6, is disciplined imagination.
Disciplined imagination. I talked about this last night in my presentation, and that it is, I had that up there, that we need that, the discipline of your imagination. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's just nothing more. I'm a loss for words today. And me, I think I talked it all out last night, people. So sorry. But yeah, just didn't have to have the imagination. It's what you are. You create everything. You create your life. You wake up every morning. What are you thinking about? You thinking about yesterday's crap and bringing it into today? Or are you creating a whole new world for yourself? Use that imagination. Be that imagination. I think that just ties into what you said about the consciousness. And number 5.
Absolutely.
Ties right in there. And you know what? I want to go back a minute, because the word God freaked me out before 4 years ago, and I got into this mindset coaching stuff, because it was just, I grew up Catholic up in New England, and it was just shoved down my throat. So I like source energy. And I always love how Dr. Wayne Dyer said it. You know what? If you're dyslexic, call it dog. But it is all the same energy, whatever path you're on, whatever religion you are, it is all the same one source. And it's all about love and oneness. So that's what we're here. We're here to inspire. We're here to create and bring that tribe, and that more people can see that. Because, we always say, Sheena and I, professionals create and amateurs compete. There's nothing. There's enough love. There's enough air. So we're just here, trajectory, bringing out all that, sending out what we want back into us, and that's love. So go ahead with the next one.
Absolutely, love. I mean, that's the thing. So Disciple 7 was about doubt everything that is not in alignment with what you want. They're all sort of like, quite close together. But what the words are saying here is about discipline denial and total indifference. So if you hear something and you say you want to go to the right and everybody's shouting, no, 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 you need to come to the left. No, no, no. It's like, be disciplined in that denial and be totally indifferent. It's just going, no, this is where I'm going. And this is what we have to do with our mind. It's always gone, oh, I want to go where everybody else is going. And
Not
then
me.
we're going, no, 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 we're going this way. And that's it. End of story. So I loved it. Discipline, denial, and total indifference. Doubt what is not in alignment with where you're going.
I love that. It's living your authentic self. It's dropping out of the head and fear and draw and logic up here and going with your heart and in your intuition. And these are things I talked about last night that, like Deepak Chopra, we all know and love him so much, but he could not send anyone to sell his book. I mean, I think, I forget the number, but it was astronomical, like 50 or 100. No one would publish his book. So he did it himself. And now he's sold well over 75 books, and it was about Jack Canfield. So it is about that discipline of knowing what you want and not being what I always do, especially on the airports. Loading, like following the sheep. I hate that. I feel like I'm like cattle. And I've always been the one, why is everyone going that way? I want to go this way because I'm not about that. But that's the collective consciousness. And that's what happens with everything you see and everything you buy. It's because you're just being fed it. And the more you see it, then you just follow. And it's like, it just following the crowd. And I've never been like that. I'm like, what's over there? I want to go there. And I'm like that in people too. Being a whitewater rafting guide, there's always the groups of people we're talking. And I was like the person who's kind of sitting by themselves over by the water. What's going on with them? Where are they at? Kind of know what the masses are doing, but I want to know what that person's doing. So that's the way I look at it.
Awesome. Number 8, my desires are gifts of God and therefore already complete. This is what I absolutely love, because so many people get ideas to go and do stuff and then they go, oh no, I couldn't possibly do that. What they haven't realized is it's been a gift and it's already been completed. And so when we say, no, I can't do that, we're basically saying to God, to the universe, to source, no, thank you. I clearly know better than you, and I'll just stay here exactly where I am. Now, I do see that some people are following other people. So just like the previous one, you're following what other people want, rather than really sitting with yourself and your wonderful imagination and asking yourself, what do I want? What do
Yes.
I want? This I that's unique to this experience of Sheena, Bobbi Joe, or you.
Will you read that one again for me?
Yeah, my desires are gifts of God and therefore already complete.
It doesn't. They talk about that in Price Pritchard's book about our gifts, that we have hundreds of gifts and start using them, and it's like a snowflake. There's no, or a thumbprint. There's no two identical, and so that's the thing of not being a carbon copy of our environment. And we talk about this with the paradigm that the minute you're born, you're a girl, you're a boy, you're white, you're black, you're Asian, you're Jewish, you're Catholic, you're whatever, Hindu. We're already like have all these boxes that we're put on, like right from the minute we're born. And then it just followed that culture and it's just the norm. And it's not. You got to go, who am I? And it takes a while. And it's really interesting because that was one thing I wrote down before I knew we were doing this today. I was thinking one of my favorite memes is about maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything. It's about unbecoming everything that was put on you so you could be who you truly are. And that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit, because it is such an important thing that we don't know who we are. It's taken us, I don't know, 4.5 years I've been doing this, Sheena, right on the 30th when we're heading up to Maine. I'm excited. It'll be exactly 4 years and a half. And so, it's just been about unbecoming everything that was put. You're a blonde. You're not smart. You're supposed to stay home and cook dinner. I was literally told that growing up, you know. So it's interesting. So it's about unbecoming and really finding what's in here and listening to your authentic self. And I think you need support from friends and people like us talking about that. It's okay because it's not the normal talk out there. Yes, if you listen to certain podcasts and you follow it, you attract that and you're in it. But I'd say 95% of the world out there is not talking about mindfulness and about this being present and about allowing others and inspiring them to grow and supporting them. It's like, there's no competition. There's enough air. There's enough everything. It's all energy, people.
Absolutely. Actually, in the next one, again, it's like I say, they all run into each other. Disciple 9, discernment, judge righteous judgment. Now, what I had this morning was to understand that your feelings are telling you whenever something is true or false. If you feel bad, it's false. And so don't follow the thought pattern that comes along with that. That's so key. If you follow that thought pattern, then you're in all the fear. You're basically in falsehood. And so judge righteous judgment, you know your truth. Like, you know your truth. Because whenever it's something that's true to you, you've got all the energy and you're ready to go. But then we have this like, oh, I should do this and I should do that. And, should follow this and should follow that. Well, I'm kind of giving you a free rein here. Just judge righteous judgment. discernment. Choose what is good for you.
I love that. You're so good at explaining. We work so differently, if you guys haven't noticed. I love Sheena's mind. And so I'm going to go, you're saying go with your feelings. Yeah, because, right, what would Bob always say? What is a feeling? I was talking about this last night. I mean, they got a big mouthful last night. Good thing I'm from New England and I can talk really fast, so they got it all in. But the feelings, what is a feeling? When you're angry, it's the vibration that you're in, right? You can feel it. When you're in joy and bliss and love, it's a higher vibration. So that's the feeling. So take note of your feelings, and that's what an intuition's called. If you kind of know something and you're not feeling good, and it's right here in that belly area, in that solar plexus, that's intuition. That's a gift. Learn to pay attention to it. Love you, and when you feel supported, though, even there's no doubt. Why would you doubt yourself? You're amazing, and that's what people need to bring out more in each other. The lady last night, that thing had a T-shirt that said "imperfectly perfect," and I said, I think you're perfectly perfect. You need to change that T-shirt. We need to stop trying to, as Panache Desai will say, heal, fix, or change ourselves. We're just beautiful and gorgeous the way we are. Need to stop that mentality of we need to, when this happens, I'll be better and I lose weight or have money or have that outfit. It's wrong. You're perfect the way you are today. Start from here.
Absolutely. And in that perfection, to give number 10 is to give praise and thanks. And that's basically praying without ceasing, all day, every day, no matter what you're doing, literally praise, prayer. And because the reason why you'd want to do that would be number 11 is because you're being conscious of an abundant life. So many things. There's something that we've been looking at today, and we were thinking, oh gosh, we owe this amount of money, and then actually, and it kind of felt bad, and so I thought on this discernment, well, that's not the right way to think about this. So then I thought about how much we'd actually paid. And so judge righteous judgment, when I looked at it that way, then I felt abundant, like completely abundant. And I went, there's two of the disciples' disciplines actually working together. So it was really good.
Keep going. I love it. And it's just, I thought gratitude instantly. You're saying prayer, but it's just being grateful for today, grateful for the breath, grateful for this light, grateful that we became best friends. This would have never happened. I wouldn't have a best friend in North Ireland by living in Alabama, not where I'm from by choice, but it's hot and muggy down here. But thank God for technology. It's the simple things. I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Simple for water, grateful for coffee. So what's number 12?
The last one, and this is one that came to me in the middle of the night, because again, there was a little bit of fear arose, and it's still going to arise. People don't think this because the more you know that you don't, I shouldn't have fear. My goodness, but we've got a wee bit more of a journey to go on in this life, and so we're riding the waves, so we're constantly moving, and fear is just part of that. It's not actually, that's a judging to say that that's wrong to be in fear. It's just an energy. It's just something in motion. So this last one is actually number 12, and it says, die to what you know before. And this one actually relates to Judas, where Judas had actually committed suicide. And so the idea behind it was that you die to what you know before.
So the previous you?
Yeah, the previous you, or just bringing yesterday into today. If yesterday doesn't suit you, if yesterday's ideas do not suit you, don't be thinking them today, because you'll make them your tomorrow. And so one of the things it says that you hear a lot from the Bible is saying, arise, another, lift yourself up, stop looking at the floor. I make all things new. Let me tell you something, and I'd love to do a live on this, and find out people's opinions, is people say about bending reality. I don't believe that. I believe we're shifting reality. And so there's nothing to change in this world, nothing to change at all. It is completely perfect. You may disagree with me. And if you do disagree with me, then you're the one feeling it. And that's the thing, isn't it? There's something going on in there. And to think that this world is perfect, but, there could be another perfect world equally in alignment. But there's another Sheena, another version of Sheena. And if I just tune into Sheena, the new Sheena, then I just can lean back and relax, like as if you tuned into a radio station. You tune in and then you lean back and you relax into it. Now, does anybody have to go out and get the music if they're turned to, oh, let me tune into this radio station. Right, I'm going to have to go and get the music. It's a jazz band. I'm going to have to go and get them. I'm going to have to get them to play. I'm going to have to do all of that. No, we just tune in. So tune out of what you don't want. Tune in to what you do want. And don't deny it. Stay with it.
I don't even know what to say to that. It's just staying on that frequency and attracting what you want. So she always takes it a lot deeper than I can. So with that said, think about those things, rewatch it. We're at 15 minutes. A lot of information there, Sheena.
A lot. Maybe we'll just break it up. But they're all listed below there. I would recommend that you write them out. They are certainly changing and keeping me in focus. Write them out and live by them. Don't just know them. I mean, live by them.
All right. And that's all for today. We'll see you soon. Have a great one.
See you soon, everybody.